The moment you step into the wrong room, you have already lost. Picture it. You walk into a place that looks harmless. A normal conversation. Everyone's smiling. Everything feels socially acceptable. And yet, within minutes, your posture changes. Your mind starts bargaining. And the worst part is, you don't even notice it happening. Because the most dangerous places are not dark. They are comfortable. Miyamoto Musashi understood a brutal truth about power that most modern people never learn. The duel is decided before the sword moves, not by strength, by terrain, by positioning, by refusing disadvantage. You don't lose discipline because you're lazy. You lose discipline because you keep entering environments that are designed to weaken you. They drain your willpower, flood your mind with noise, and teach your nervous system to seek comfort the moment pressure appears. And listen closely. These 7 places don't just distract you, they train you, one small compromise at a time, until weakness feels normal. So today we're going to expose 7 dangerous places you must never enter if you want Musashi-level control. Not because you're afraid, because you're strategic. Place 1, the council chamber. The first dangerous place is the council chamber. This is any environment where the advice you hear is built from weakness. Where discipline is mocked, standards are treated like obsession, and compromise is sold as maturity. It may be a friend group, a workplace culture, a family gathering. You tell yourself, I'll just listen. I won't participate. But exposure is participation. What you hear repeatedly becomes what you tolerate, and what you tolerate becomes what you do. At first, it's small. They laugh at someone who's strict. They call consistency extreme. They justify addictions with humor. And slowly your internal compass shifts. Not abruptly, subtly. Musashi would never take strategy advice from a drunk man in a tavern. So why are you letting people who can't control themselves shape your criteria for what's normal? Leave the council chamber with silence. Place 2, the temptation zone. The second dangerous place is the temptation zone. This is not about morality, it's about mechanics. A temptation zone is any place, physical, digital, emotional, where your boundaries become flexible, where you consistently slip, where your convictions turn into negotiations, and your mind always lies the same way. This time I can handle it. It's just for a minute. I'm stronger now. That sentence is the beginning of collapse. Musashi didn't prove strength by walking into disadvantage. He removed disadvantage from the board. He didn't stand next to fire to test his discipline. He stepped away. If you keep walking into the same zone that has defeated you before, you are not brave. You are repeating a pattern and calling it confidence. Stop entering. Cut the access. Kaizen your escape. 7 days. Then 14. Then 30. Place 3, the circle of complaint. The third dangerous place is the circle of complaint. This is the room where discipline goes to die quietly. It looks like bonding. People vent, people joke, people blame. Everyone has a reason they can't move forward, and the atmosphere is permanently dissatisfied. You enter and you think you're just listening. But your nervous system is learning a language. Victimhood. Complaint trains your attention onto what's unfair, what's missing, what's impossible. And a mind trained on lack cannot build discipline because discipline requires ownership and action. You're thinking, but I need to talk about my problems. Yes, but not in circles where problems become identity. Musashi didn't survive by narrating the injustice of battle. He adapted, he moved, he executed. So leave the circle of complaint or it will infect you, slowly. Place 4, the table of pride. The fourth dangerous place is the table of pride. This place is seductive because it looks like ambition. Networking rooms, status gatherings, social climbing spaces where appearance matters more than character, where everyone is measuring everyone else, where silence is treated like weakness and humility is treated like inferiority. You sit at this table and you start performing, even if you don't realize it. Your discipline becomes external. Your motivation becomes applause. Your identity becomes comparison. And comparison is poison, because the moment you need recognition to keep going, you become fragile. Discipline is built in quiet repetition. Musashi trained alone, in silence, in repetition. He became dangerous because he did not need witnesses. So be careful with the table of pride. Enter only if you can remain sovereign. Place 5. The relationship that pulls you off path. The fifth dangerous place is the relationship that pulls you off path. This is where many disciplined people die, not from temptation, but from compromise disguised as love. Not every bond is an assignment. Some relationships start with excitement and end with erosion. They slowly cool your routines. They question your standards. They make your discipline feel like too much. You begin adjusting to keep the peace, skipping training, softening conviction, delaying work, negotiating with yourself because someone else wants you more comfortable, more available, more average. And you tell yourself, it's not that serious. That's the lie. Relationships are terrain. The person you stay close to shapes your behavior more than any book. Musashi would never let intimacy dull his blade, not because he was cold, because he understood that anything that repeatedly weakens your edge is not neutral. It is an enemy in disguise. A relationship should sharpen you, not sedate you. Place 6. The stumbling block scene. The sixth dangerous place is the stumbling block scene. This is the environment where, even if you aren't doing anything wrong, your presence sends your identity backward. Some places carry a reputation, some environments are associated with disorder, and when you repeatedly place yourself there, your nervous system starts associating you with that version of life again. Your standards blur. Discipline requires clarity. Mixed signals create fog, and fog is how you drift back into old patterns without noticing. You start tolerating. You start blending. And blending is where conviction dies. Musashi protected his frame. He understood perception is part of strategy. You don't stand in enemy territory and pretend you're unchanged. Protect your positioning. If your presence compromises your direction, you leave. Place 7. The gray zone. The seventh dangerous place is spiritual neutrality, the gray zone. This is the most lethal place because it feels safe. It's the space where you soften conviction to avoid friction, where you refuse to choose, refuse to commit, refuse to be clear, so you can stay socially comfortable. Neutrality is not maturity, it is indecision disguised as wisdom. And indecision kills discipline because it keeps your life in negotiation mode. A divided mind is an unstable mind, and an unstable mind cannot build consistency. Musashi didn't win by being balanced. He won by being clear. Clear edge, clear direction, clear action. Now, here is the core truth that ties everything together. You don't become disciplined by trying harder. You become disciplined by controlling terrain. Every place you enter is training you. Every circle is shaping you. So here is your Musashi Kaizen protocol starting today. Pick one of these 7 places, the one that weakens you the most, and for 7 days, you do not enter. Not forever, just 7 days. Replace it with one controlled environment: training, reading, creation, skill building. Do this for 30 days, and you won't just feel disciplined. If you're ready, I invite you to subscribe to the channel. And today, take the first 1% step. The blade doesn't get sharp by thinking, it gets sharp by contact.